Stacks all the latest and greatest wrestling figures? Then look no further, because Go Figure Collectibles has everything you're looking for. Jeff and the team at Go Figure Collectibles are always filling the shelves with the latest releases and buying up old cherished collections to fulfill any vintage collection needs. Visit them online at gofigurecollectibles.com.au, or if you're in the Melbourne area, go check out their store at 104 Bakers Road, Coburg, North Victoria, and introduce yourself to Jeff and the team. Plus, Wrestling with Figure podcast listeners can use the code FDU5 to save 5% off your next purchase store-wide. That's Go Figure Collectibles.
It's question time. It's question time. It's time to ask the boys a question. What's on your mind? Let us know and we will tell you the answer.
It's question time, Jonesy.
Question time. Are you ready to answer the hard-hitting questions, bud?
Oh, I'm always ready.
That's all. Again, thanks to Go Figure. So this episode is the monthly Go Figure giveaway, and up for grabs this month is a Elite Series 88 Rey Mysterio, a beautiful looking figure, and
that's a ripper.
That will be, and his son come out in the similar attire, right? In an earlier series, or it's coming out in a later series?
Yeah.
Yep. A later or earlier series?
Look, I'm a blur with elites at the moment. I think it was an earlier series.
Yeah, I think it is too.
It could be one either side. It could be 87, it could be 89, it could be an 86. I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, guys, that could be one lucky listeners. So let's kick it off. There's some good questions here, mate. So this is going to be a tough one. First up is Dylan Rout. With the controversy surrounding the RVD Chase figure, what attire would you choose to replace the cancelled one?
RVD, he always had those awesome tie-dye style shirts. So I'd go tie-dye, like that paint splatter looking shirts.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna go a little bit outside the box. I'm gonna go a little outside the box here. I'm gonna say RVD was a bit of a comic book fiend or a comic collector. I'm gonna go some type of superhero. I don't know, Superman or a Batman, just something a bit, or even a multi-universe attire. That's something I'd go with.
After I just said that the Bigfoot was the dumbest figure of all time, you're trying to make something even dumber.
Oh, I don't think so, mate. It's pretty good. Dimitri Giorgio. We haven't heard from Dimitri. I hope you're well, mate.
Yeah, Dimitri, where you been, mate?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the releases? For me, I don't understand it. I really don't. I just all signs were pointing towards selling the business, but if you're buying a business, it's almost like selling your not your customers, but your
stock.
Your stock, yeah, your stock. So to me, it just reeks of something fishy going on, and it's not in the best interest of the fans.
For me, it is. It's just strange that there seems to be culling a lot of good young talent. Like, why? I don't know. Why keep people on big contracts who don't do much and only turn up every, say, 3 or 4 pay-per-views? Surely now America seems to be getting back to normal. Their crowds are full again. Their pay-per-views have got lots of people. Surely they're generating enough revenue to keep these contracts going. But who knows? We're not in charge of their business. So, it's
a tough one.
And AEW is doing so well. That's the other thing.
Yeah, but I think if you're a wrestler in WWE, right, and you get released, surely you wouldn't be freaking out too much if you're because the longer they leave it to release you, they've held on to you for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So now you've got a great opportunity where you got a lot of the indie scenes. You've got AEW. You've got what's the one that Matt Cardona wrestles at now? You've got all that. So good opportunity out there. All right, this one's from Bradley Perryman. Pick your brains with this. Vince McMahon passes. Who do you think, and who would you want to take over WWE? Bonus.
Steph.
Who?
Steph.
What direction would you like said person to take the company? What ideas and plans would you like to change? For me, I think Mick Foley would be a brilliant. I don't know if he'd be a brilliant operator, but I think he'd be good for wrestling, for the WWE.
He'd be a good booker, but he'd need somebody to organise the finances. He doesn't seem to strike me as somebody smart enough to be able to do the balance sheets. But I watched his Legends documentary, and that's actually a ripper choice because he loves and lives and breathes wrestling.
Yeah. So, I think if you can have someone operational with him, like Steph, you're going to do well. What direction would you like to take the company?
It needs to be less PG. The Disney era has got to end because the market doesn't want that. Like, when are the biggest peak times of wrestling? One, the 90s, when people still believed it was real, the 80s and 90s. So people didn't have the internet to spoil everything.
Yeah.
Two, the Attitude Era. And what was happening then, it was just edgy, and people were shocked every week, and stupid stuff would happen and things you'd never expect to see on TV happen.
Yeah.
And you felt like you couldn't miss it. If you missed it, you were going to miss out on knowing what everybody else got to see.
Yeah.
Now it's just the same stuff. I could write, maybe I'll do this for the Christmas episode, my 10-point plan to fix wrestling. Firstly is shorter entrances. It shouldn't take 3 minutes to get from the back to the ring. Secondly, shorter matches. Matches shouldn't go for like 25 minutes or more.
Yeah.
Thirdly, if you hit a finishing move, the match is over. You don't come back 6 times from 6 finishes. Otherwise, the credibility of the finishing move ceases to exist. Yeah. So anyway, in Christmas, I'll add the next 7 steps to this list.
Definitely. I definitely would. Not that I've watched it for a while, but when I have watched it, like WrestleManias go for 3 and a bit hours. That's too long.
5 hours.
Way too long.
They go for 2 days now.
Way too long. Another thing I would do is have a WrestleMania in Australia once every 5 to 10 years. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, but the Yanks will never let it happen.
All right, here we go. So next up, we've got Jabin Fritchley. If there was any design of your choice for a superstar to wear and later have that gear made into their next figure, what would you be choosing? It can be any design of your choice.
Oh, a tough question. I wish I had it prepared for this. Had actually put some thought into this. For me, when I think back to the Hasbro line, so if you talk about any type of figure, it has to be the removable hats. So now I don't know, I'm sure that Zombie is doing this for the Double J figure, but a Double J figure either as an elite or as a retro or as a Zombie Sailor Heels and Faces with the removable hat and a hat that lights up as well. You know, he used to have the light on his hat?
Yep.
That would be pretty sweet.
Oh, you know what? I reckon it's a tough one to answer because I guess my head goes to picturing what a wrestler actually wears and then transferring that into, like I look at Rey Mysterio over the years. Rey Mysterio's created some cracking ring attire and then they've turned that into a figure, i.e. the Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer, my favorite.
The Silver Surfer. So I don't know. I think anytime like who's the wrestler that comes out in the Wolverine gear?
It's not Finn Balor, is it?
No, not Finn Balor. Not Finn Balor, but he comes in Wolverine gear. There's a figure of him as well. I can't think of his name.
You've lost him.
Anything superhero looks pretty cool. All right. Oh, geez, I've lost the questions. Hang on a sec. All right. So this one's from Michael Jordan. I was licked by a bushwhacker as a kid. Jeez. Maybe I should read this in silence before I keep going. Can you ask your mate Luke what WWE are currently paying for pain and suffering? We can ask.
Look, we'll speak to legal, but they're very busy with James's anti-defamation lawsuit at the moment.
Yeah. I was licked by a bushwhacker as a kid. Please confirm if that's true, Michael Jordan. That's hilarious. Can you ask your mate Luke what WWE are currently paying for pain and suffering? Well,
you know what? How much illness they would have caught as youngsters, the bushwhackers?
God, I imagine WWE paying absolutely nothing for pain and suffering because you think of who was it that had the knee operation not all that long ago and needed the community to fundraise for him?
Was it? Wasn't Brutus the Barber, was it?
Brutus. It was Brutus. Well, he was a superstar,
Yeah.
right? Jake the Snake, all sorts of dramas that he went through, and they got paid massive money, but no one taught him how to use it, I guess, or invest or whatever. Good question. Good question. All right, next up, we've got Luke Young. What 6 superstars plus Chase do you think would be a perfect for Elite Series 100? Good question.
Hulk, Stone Cold, Roman Reigns, because we don't have enough of those. Or Undertaker, Ric Flair, Ultimate Warrior, and then a Chase. I suppose you have to have one female, or maybe a Chase, Stacy Keibler.
Stacy Keibler.
Well, that's just for my own personal collection.
I'm gonna go a bit random here. I would like to see the 6 faces of Vince McMahon from debut, taking over to now in 2021. And the Chase being
who asked that question? Was it Luke Young?
Luke Young.
That is a ripper question. Will they do something huge for the 100th series of Elites?
Yeah. I think 6
that'll
faces.
probably be this time next year, I reckon.
6 faces of Vince McMahon, starting from.
So what would you have? The young Vince McMahon as the host of the TV shows.
Yeah, and the red blazer.
You'd have
WrestleMania 3, Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon as the backstage commentary sort of guy.
Yeah, I'd have Vince McMahon. Remember, he was on that primetime TV show in his MC Hammer pants and gym gear.
Yep, you'd have Vince as the corporate Vince from the Attitude Era. You'd have Vince as wrestler Vince, where he bulked up and fought people.
I'd have Vince. I'd have Vince at the Montreal Screwjob.
Oh, with spit in his face, that'd be great.
Or a black eye, yeah. I would have what else? What else is there? What are the memorable moments of Vince?
Vince in hospital when Mankind played him.
Yes. Yeah. Great one. How many is that?
That's about 8 or 9.
Yeah, there you go. That's my answer.
No, good one. That's a great question.
All right, we've got a few more here, buddy. Next one is Robert Strange. If WWE Mattel were to produce classic pay-per-view entranceways, stages for figures, which 3 would you pick to be made?
I think we'll just go with one because it would be too hard to go through that many off the top of my head. But I reckon any of the early 2000 WrestleMania stages for me, that was when stages, probably mid 2000, sorry, or maybe WrestleMania 20 to maybe 21, where stages went from being sort of just a small entrance to being a huge production.
Yeah.
For me, that was pretty cool.
I'd go late 80s, early 90s, where it was the black apron, blue background, and the big WWF sign. That's what I would like to see.
With the steel fence,
new generation,
steel fence all the way around.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
The blue gym mats.
Blue gym mats. This one's from Robert Strange. If WWE, I know I said that one. Adam Topless. From all the figures in your collection, what 5 would make your Ultimate Survivor Series tag team? These can be from different toy line eras. Let your imagination run wild.
Mail away Hulk.
Have you got a mail away Hulk?
Yeah, in bag. Bret Hart defining moments.
Oh.
I would then put in Macho defining moments from WrestleMania 7. Even though he didn't wrestle, I don't think, at WrestleMania 7, did he? Was it the retirement match or was it the WrestleMania 8?
Ultimate Warrior. Or Macho. WrestleMania 7.
7. So there was the purple and white, wasn't it, WrestleMania 7? Yep. I would have Undertaker mail away, which I don't have in my collection. Maybe Undertaker Hasbro. And these are all my favourite sort of ones. And then
5. There's only 5.
Well, I need a manager. Well, 5. Oh, geez, it's tough to just choose one.